Okay, let us continue. The American flag and its true meanings. When the original scientist designed this for white America, he told him, he said, I put the blue in here for you because you will not be true. Blue represents untrue color. See, there's nothing by nature that is actually true in blue. It always can disappear because that's not the true color of nature in the universe's signs. The true color in the universe is the sun, and the sun is something that is fire. It's red and it produces color. Whenever there is an artificial light plant, it can change that artificial plant into another color because it is the master that does this. The sun brings up the colors out of the earth into plant life and into other creeping, crawling, walking life. The sun can change it to whatever it wants it to be or change it to something else. You have never studied the universe and the planets in the circle of the universe as it's a circle itself. The whole universe is a circle. You have never studied this. Though you have studied astronomy yourself, some of you, you have not gotten this deep into this because the teachers that taught you knowledge of astronomy didn't have it themselves. And if they had it and knew the meanings of it, that the end of it is you, he's not going to teach it no way. This is why they don't attack me and put in their paper to make me prove what I teach. It makes him so little until you have to take something like a magnifying glass to find him. Therefore, he doesn't want to challenge me out here before you. I would love to have him stand here and challenge me. I would give him $20,000 every hour if he would come here and try to contend with me. Well, Mr. Muhammad, I think you're talking too fast. No, I am not. I have mine from God, and what he, the devil, has also came from God. But God gave him the worst that he had in his storehouse. He made the worst man that ever lived in the sun, although he have not gotten to that yet. You will agree with me when I have taught you how he was made and give you the knowledge of how you can test the truth. You don't know how to test real truth because you have never heard real truth. All praises due to Allah came in the person Master Muhammad. The War of Armageddon. Messenger Elijah Muhammad teaches us, and people like Manly P. Hall bear some witness. In antiquity, one of our scientists, known as the professor, he's the one that actually designed the American flag. They say Betsy Ross, no, Betsy Ross just was the same, she just sold the flag up, you know what I mean? But the symbol, the science of it, was amongst the FOI, the 24 scientists. They the ones that explain the science when you count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 red stripes. In between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 white stripes. The messenger teaches us the sun represents truth or freedom. In between our freedom came 6 white stripes or 6,000 years of slavery, suffering, and death by not the Asian, but the dead part of the Asian, the Caucasian. The carcass means dead. The carcass Asian, or the dead part of our world at that time, under Dr. Yaqub Malik Shabazz, is the one that taught the devils how to do their devilishment. So we have the red and white, the flag of Islam, representing freedom, justice, equality in Islam. The red flag is the original flag. Let me say it again. The red flag of the Nation of Islam did not have a crescent moon. The original flag of the Nation of Islam, according to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, did not have a star. Our original flag was all red. It was used all over the place. Actually, it even wasn't square like a banner. It was like a triangle, like a pendant type of like a sports flag. Know what I mean? It was shaped like a pyramid. In ancient Kemet, they knew it as Ra. Amun Ra, know what I mean? But the crescent on the right side of it is different from the older flag that has the crescent on the left side, known by the Turkeys. The Turks, or the Turkish nation, they had the red, white, and blue representing freedom, justice, and equality. But that crescent, this crescent moon, anytime you see it, that's considered the new moon. If you see it on the left side, that represents the old moon. That means the moon is going to go out, it's going to be a period of darkness, and then it's going to be another new moon. And then when it comes into the full moon, it starts that cycle all over again. The moon represents the equality. Messenger Elijah Muhammad teaches us, and the Holy Quran says that, the Holy Quran teaches that one day the prophet, he looked at the full moon, but the full moon came up from behind a mountain. And picture a mountaintop and a round moon rising up. He said he seen two crescents, the unification of the old and the new. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us, and Sister Tanetta Muhammad bore witness that the messenger said the only thing in this flag that's going to change in the future or in the hereafter, we're going to have two moons. Here we have a deep science. I wish I could go into this for hours with you, but let me give you some short history about this. The blue, the messenger said, represents the untrue. That's the mixture, and it's not for peace, but it's for deception. Meaning, he said, when you look at the sky, it looks blue. You get in a helicopter and say, let me go get a cup of that blue. You can't get it. Get in the airplane, you go up there, you can't get to the blue because it appears blue to the human eye. When you look at the ocean, you be like, oh, look at that pretty blue water. Take a clear glass and go get a cup of that blue water. What happened to the blue? Get a bucket of that clear blue water. You can't get it. Let me go deeper and get a... You can't find it. It doesn't exist. But in our physical realm, we physically see it because of that low spectrum of light. So when we look at the sun and the stars, the messages that the Savior explained to him, anytime you see that blue star, that represents a new star, a supernova. Anytime you see that red star, you know that's an old star. And he taught us the science of what happened 50,000 years ago, a message to the black man in America in 1965. But this is a unique flag. But this is a unique flag. A lot of people don't understand this flag is a secret flag. It's an ancient science. What do we mean by ancient? What we mean is the red, white, and blue was used in ancient North America, Central America, South America, and Africa. Dolly, there you go with that spooky stuff. No. Let's go to ancient Kemet, Black Egypt. In Black Egypt, you had what's known as the red crown, representing the northern goddom. They called it, Caucasians called it, renamed it the Northern Kingdom. See, the Caucasian couldn't be the god, but we had it as the Northern Goddom. Our Valley of the Kings to us was the Valley of the Gods. The black man was, is, and shall be God. We had an all-red crown representing the freedom. That was the Northern Goddom or Northern Kingdom. And the Southern Goddom or the Southern Kingdom in ancient Nubia or in the Sudan, we had an all-white crown representing purity. You see? And the combination of the red and white crown meant the unification of the Goddoms, or the unification of the head, or the unity or the oneness of the people. But there's something that was also used at the same time. It was called the war crown. Now, if we got a red crown in the north, a white crown in the south, what was the warrior's crown? All blue. The combination of the red and white crown with the blue feather, the red, white, and blue, represented freedom, justice, and equality for the original people. But the Caucasian, having 6,000 years to rule and exploit and dominate the planet Earth, they all used it. Britain used the red, white, and blue. Whatever we had, they reversed it. Like in this day and time, we say, okay, black power, red, black, and green, black power. Tigers be like Chris Columbus, red, white, and green, Italy, white power. But the mafia, as they're known, the Sicilians, was actually started by a pitch black farmer. He's the original OG. He's the original god, the original gangster that stopped the bankers from taking the white people's farms. He went to war with the bankers in Sicily and established an underground economy for them. And from him came the Sicilian mafia, and from them came the Italian, the Jewish, and all these other Irish mafias and all that. But the original man, God's star, not gangster, the God star was the black man. He's the real hustler, the holy hustler. He knew how to do wrong right. See, nowadays we do wrong wrong, but the scientists knew how to do wrong right. They knew how to turn a positive into a negative. So we had this, which one will survive the war of Armageddon? I remember Brother Hafiz made a song. He's like, Armageddon, arm up and get 'em. You better raise yourself. I mean, so we love the wisdom that the messenger gave us. And of course, that grafted cross came from our aunt. They still not just from the black man, they still from the black woman. I mean, it's not just about the God. They robbed the goddesses too. So I leave you as I came with the greeting words of peace. Which one will survive the war Armageddon? The flag of Islam, representing freedom, justice, and equality. Islam Allah. Peace, fam.